This is the Fox 5 News Block.
We are following several developing stories right now. The president is about to detail reciprocal tariffs that he's been promising, part of what he calls Liberation Day. Many economists not so optimistic. And major developing news, corruption charges against Mayor Eric Adams have been dropped, and he cannot be retried on them at a later time. A lot going on. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Antoine Lewis. Welcome to the News Block. Mayor Adams, as you can imagine, has a lot to say on the matter. Morgan Mackay broke this story for us earlier today and joins us now with the very latest. Hi, Morgan.
Hey, Antoine. So first off, a couple of notes about this ruling from Judge Dale Ho today. He dismissed these charges with prejudice, which means that they cannot be brought back again. But first off, the judge saying here, but by dismissing the case, he's not weighing in on the merits of the charges against Mayor Eric Adams. And second, the judge also attacking the reasons for why the Trump Justice Department wanted to drop these charges to begin with, especially for wanting to drop the charges without prejudice, which means they can be brought back again at any point, saying this created the unavoidable perception that Adams was working with the Trump administration. So take a look at this part from this ruling here. The judge saying, quote, after DOJ decided to seek dismissal of his case, the mayor took at least one new immigration-related action consistent with the preferences of the new administration. Everything here smacks of a bargain, dismissal of the indictment in exchange for immigration policy concessions. Now, you'll remember that back in September, Adams was charged with a 5-count indictment, including bribery and soliciting illegal campaign donations. He pleaded not guilty and said that he was being unfairly persecuted for speaking out against the Biden administration. When President Donald Trump took office, his Justice Department moved to drop the criminal case without prejudice, claiming that the case against Adams was politically motivated and that Adams wasn't able to do his job. But the judge today making it clear that there was no evidence the case was politically motivated and says it is consistent with other cases against high-profile politicians. Adams addressed the media for less than 5 minutes earlier today and did not take questions.
This case should have never been brought, and I did nothing wrong. I'm now happy that our city can finally close the book on this and focus solely on the future of our great city.
So after that, there was supposed to be a quick soundbite there. Adams, the mayor, as he was leaving this press conference, he said quickly that he is going to be running for re-election and to get ready because he says that he's going to win. And that starts tomorrow. He is going to be attending the National Action Network. They're having a forum with multiple other mayoral candidates, and he's going to be participating for really the first time in this election cycle. Reporting live, I'm Morgan Mackay. Antoine, back to you.
All right, Morgan, I'll take it. Thank you. Also developing this afternoon, we're less than an hour away from details of what the White House has been calling Liberation Day. So the president is set to announce reciprocal tariffs at 4 this afternoon from the Oval Office. Trump says that this is part of his pledge to free the U.S. from what he calls years of unfair trade practices. America's trading partners are watching and waiting to see just how the reciprocal tariffs will impact them.
That's why constructive talks are progressing to agree a wider economic prosperity deal with the US. That's why we're working with all industries and sectors likely to be impacted. Our decisions will always be guided by our national interest, and that's why we have prepared for all eventualities.
Many economists say the cost of these tariffs will be passed on to the consumers. Tune in to Fox 5 for Trump's tariff announcement in less than an hour. It will also be streaming on our website. Amazon reportedly interested in buying TikTok. The White House is confirming that it received an offer for the company. Both Amazon and TikTok, however, have yet to comment. ByteDance, the Chinese parent company for TikTok, is facing a Saturday deadline to sell the company or face a ban here in the United States. The president could extend this deadline if terms of a deal are not finalized arrest. Trump is meeting with top advisors today about possible investors who could buy a stake in TikTok. Rex Heuermann, the accused Gilgo Beach serial killer, back in a Long Island courtroom today. This for a DNA evidence hearing. Today, a forensic expert took the stand. Prosecutors are trying to prove to the judge that techniques linking hair samples found at the Gilgo Beach crime scenes to Heuermann should be admissible at trial. The Suffolk County DA's office built the case around a lab report showing DNA extracted from hairs found at the crime scene. The defense argues that the science is not generally accepted and has never been used in New York courts before.
Having DNA evidence in a case like this changes the ballgame for prosecutors. Jurors usually come to trial having watched Law & Order and expect some sort of scientific evidence. Obviously, having DNA here from, I believe it's the hair of 7 different victims, would really change the game.
Today's witness will likely be on the stand again tomorrow. Rex Heuermann maintains his innocence, and a trial date has yet to be set. City officials say traffic deaths during the first quarter of the year dropped to historic levels. There were 41 traffic deaths during that time, 24 fewer than the previous year. This also applies to traffic injuries, which saw a drop of more than 1,600. The city cites various reasons for these drops that include new space for pedestrians, more protected bike lanes, speed cameras, and expanded red light cameras. Tough times at Tesla. Sales for the first 3 months of the year plunged some 13%. Now, that's the largest drop in deliveries in the company's history. Reps at Tesla cite an update to the Model Y halting production at all 4 of its factories for weeks. But Elon Musk's company has been facing backlash for his role as head of the Department of Government Efficiency. For years, Tesla had been reporting year-over-year sales growth, but last year it reported its first annual sales drop. Today, the MTA unveils the newest version of a true New York City institution. The latest version of the iconic subway map was released by top MTA officials at the Times Square 42nd Street station. Now, this is the first map redesigned since 1979 and has been years in the making. The new map is much easier to read, thankfully, and reflects all the new enhancements made to the subway system over the years. More importantly, the new map preserves the spirit of all of the previous maps. More top stories when we come back.
It's on Friday. I'll be on the field. You're gonna be there?
Is that the football guy?
Can you give me a minute? Thanks.
So, do you have any plans on Saturday? I was thinking
Hey, is that the guy?
Yeah, it's the guy.
Oh, I found Mr. Squishy.
Flounder!
Here, there, everywhere. Reliable internet where you need it most. Prices start at $30 per month when bundled. Go to spectrum.com to learn more.
Welcome back. Tributes pouring in for a true Hollywood icon.
It's really our cowboys.
What's your problem, Kazansky? You're everyone's problem.
Movie star Val Kilmer, known for his roles in Top Gun, The Doors, as well as Batman Forever, passed away last night in L.A. at the age of 65. Now, the actor had an iconic movie career and is being remembered by Hollywood for his various screen roles. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has a look back at his life and his career.
I'm your huckleberry.
Val Kilmer, an actor known for immersing himself in characters and creating iconic roles, has died. In an email to the AP, his daughter Mercedes said Kilmer died Tuesday night, surrounded by family and friends. He passed away from pneumonia. Kilmer had recovered after a 2014 throat cancer diagnosis, which required 2 tracheotomies. After being the youngest actor accepted to Juilliard at the time he attended, Kilmer's first feature was the 1984 spoof Top Secret, followed by the sci-fi comedy Real Genius.
You are still dangerous.
In 1986 was his breakout big-budget debut with Tom Cruise in Top Gun as Iceman. He would later join Cruise again for an emotional reunion in 2022's Top Gun Maverick.
Thank you, Ice. For everything.
In In 1991, Kilmer disappeared into the role of Jim Morrison to lead Oliver Stone's The Doors. His intense process to transform into the part became well known.
You look like somebody just walked over your grave.
The 90s included the 1993 Western Tombstone, in which he played Doc Holliday alongside Kurt Russell and Bill Paxton. He co-starred with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro in Heat in 1995. He became the Caped Crusader in Batman Forever.
I've lived a magical life, and I've captured quite a bit of it.
In a documentary about his life called Val, Kilmer shared footage he shot throughout his life and career to tell his story.
I see myself as a sensitive, intelligent human being, but with the soul of a clown.
In addition to acting, Kilmer published 2 books of poetry, was nominated for a Grammy for a spoken word album, and was a visual artist. He is survived by his 2 children, Mercedes and Jack. Val Kilmer was 65 years old. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Today, Governor Phil Murphy signed a bill establishing civil and criminal penalties for the production and dissemination of deep fakes across New Jersey. So deep fakes are unauthorized photos and videos that are manipulated into misleading images. These include pornographic content. The legislation was inspired by Westfield High School student Francesca Manni, who was victimized by peers with AI-generated explicit images. So now this one is not an April Fool's joke, folks. KFC is actually introducing a fried chicken flavored toothpaste. The company announced it. Yeah, right, Chris. The company announced it this morning. It's a stunt, but calling it a full-on flavor takeover of your oral care routine. To bring this wacky dream to life, KFC is partnering with the Trinity toothpaste company His Smile. KFC's fluoride-free toothpaste hits His Smile's website today, set to be available while supplies last. There's no word on how many dentists out of 10 would actually recommend this. Audrey Puente, I have no interest at all in
It would make me want to brush my teeth, like after brushing my teeth. With
exactly.
That toothpaste. All right, folks. Let's talk about the weather outside today because it's pretty chilly out there. We're having a return to winter across the region. Temperatures are in the 40s across the area. Although we did see some sunshine, the clouds are starting to move into the picture here. We have our winds coming in off the water. That's keeping things pretty cold across the coastal sections here. The winds are sustained between 10 and 15 miles per hour, but they're gusting as high as 24 in Newark, 21 in the city, and 22 in Sussex. So that's going to add to the chill factor today. Here's a look at the rainfall that's heading in our direction. It's starting to move in across northern Pennsylvania into central New York, and we're going to see some rainfall clipping the tri-state area as we go closer to the dinner time hour here. So have your umbrella handy. Let's say after about 4 or 5 o'clock, rain will start to push through the region, but the good news is it should exit rather quickly, and most of the night will be dry. It's part of a complex system, though, that's wreaking havoc across areas to our west. They're expecting severe weather from the Tennessee Valley all the way down towards the deep south. So for us here, again, we'll have those showers rolling in here. They'll pass from west to east, and they'll kind of fall apart as they make their way into Connecticut and Long Island. Then we're dry for the rest of the night, and then the clouds remain. We'll have a chance of a couple of spotty showers overnight, and tomorrow we'll have the threat of on and off showers through the day, and it will be milder tomorrow, too. Our temperatures will be soaring near 70 degrees in many spots. And then after that, we drop back to the 60s on Friday. Mets home opener should be just fine. The game's at 3 o'clock, and the rain will be over by then. Antoine?
Chicken flavored toothpaste. All right. Let's see if it was vodka. Thank you. That's your news block for today.